What's going on, boys and girls? I hope you are having a fantastic weekend, and I hope you are getting very excited for what will be, hopefully, a very special day at Wembley for Arsenal Football Club. It is the Carabao Cup final weekend, and it is Arsenal's first chance to lift some silverware this season. Hopefully the first of many. And yeah, I've been listening to a lot of conversations about this game over the last few days. And the one interesting narrative that I've kind of picked up on is that people seem to be saying that there's more pressure on Man City to win this for some reason. Obviously, they've just been knocked out of the FA Cup, out of the Champions League by Madrid. They're obviously a little bit behind in the Premier League, and people seem to be saying that it's kind of Arsenal's league to lose, which I don't know if I agree with just yet. But yeah, there seems to be this narrative that the pressure is on Man City and that they need this more than Arsenal. And I've got to say, I wholeheartedly disagree. Arsenal need this trophy. They absolutely need this trophy more than Man City does. Man City's last 6-7 years has been just lifting trophy after trophy after trophy. The reverse of that is that Arsenal haven't won a trophy since the FA Cup in 2020. It's now 2026. And we have been building to this moment for the last 3-4 seasons. We need this trophy. And on top of that, we are the better team this season. We are the better team. And so, if the roles were reversed and Man City were the better team, Man City would go into this final and they would put us to the sword. That is what would happen. And Arsenal need to do the same on Sunday. Now, don't get me wrong. This will not be a straightforward game. And it is a 50-50. It's probably about as true of a 50-50 as you can get. Every cup final kind of is, to an extent. Even though Man City are not in the greatest run of form right now, it's a cup final. And the one thing Man City know how to do is they know how to win finals. They know how to win trophies. And so this is going to be an incredibly difficult match. But from where I'm standing, Arsenal Football Club need to win this trophy. These players have an incredible opportunity in front of themselves this season. Now, I know people want to talk about the quadruple. They want to talk about us winning all 4 trophies. I'm not getting into that conversation, but winning this trophy is huge because it sets a precedent. It lays down the marker that we are the best team. We are the best team this season, and we'll show you on Sunday. That's what I want us to do. You know, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. It's not that it's the end of the world if we don't win on Sunday. I still think we can go on and win the Premier League, and I still think maybe there's another chance of a trophy there. But if you get this one over the line, the confidence that it brings to the side, I think it just sets us up for the rest of the season. And I think it gives us that lift and that belief to go on and potentially do something incredibly special. And I'm not necessarily talking about the quadruple, but I'm talking about potentially 3 trophies, which would be insane. Insane. So yeah, I don't want to get too carried away with other trophies and talking about that because that's in the future. That's not what this video is about. But this video is about me saying that I think the pressure is on Arsenal. For me, Arsenal are the ones who need to win this trophy because Arsenal, for the last 3-4 seasons, have been building towards this moment where they get into a final, they are the better team, and they have the chance to say, no, we are the better team, and today, this is our time. This is our time. You've had your time, Man City. You've had your time. Your time might come again, but right now, this is our time, and we are taking this trophy. And that is what I want to see us do on the weekend. And again, I said, it will not be easy. Man City in a final will never be easy. It'll never be straightforward. They still have some world-class players in there who can create something out of nothing. So we are going to have to play to a very, very high level to win this final. But I'm backing the boys to do it. I'm thinking about what that changing room will be like prior to kickoff. I'm trying to think about the energy and what Arteta's going to try and get across to the players. And if I'm Arteta or if I'm a player, I want to be talking about the fact that this is our first step towards true glory, to history, to creating history. This is the first step towards leaving a legacy, not only within this football club, but potentially within world football. I want to use all of that pain over the last few years. And I want to see every Arsenal player that steps out onto that field on Sunday. I just want us to want it more than City. If we want it more than City, alongside the fact that I think we're a better team this season, we should win the football match. That's my belief. So I just want to see the Arsenal players this weekend giving absolutely everything they have for every second of the game. And I think if we do that, I think we win the game. There's been a lot of conversation around who starts in goal. And I must admit, I've gone back and forward on this quite a bit. At first, I was like, well, it needs to be Raya because we need to win this trophy. We've come runner-up. We've been the bridesmaid for too long. We have to win a trophy. We have to play our best goalkeeper. But then I thought about it more and I thought, you know what? We're grown men. We're a team. We're a unit. We're a collective. And Kepa has been the goalkeeper for the Carabao Cup. He started every Carabao Cup game, and I'm sure the conversation prior to him joining was that he was going to be the cup goalkeeper, domestic cup goalkeeper. So I think for the harmony of the group and for the collective ethos of what we are, which is a club. We are a club. This isn't about 11 players. This is about a group of players. This is about a club, a football club. Kepa needs to start in goal. And we have to live or die by that decision. So I go Kepa in goal. Centre-back, Saliba and Gabriel. Left-back, again, there's another conversation to be had here. I think Nketiah is the preferred left-back right now. And I think he deserves his spot as starting left-back. I think he's been fantastic in these last few months since Calafiori picked up that injury. And I think from a defensive point of view, Nketiah is the better fit. I think if we're talking about going forward and creating more kind of damage moving forward, then it's probably Calafiori. But I think it'll be Nketiah. I think on the right, I do think Tim will be fit. He's been selected for the Netherlands squad, so I think he will play. If he's not ready to start, then it has to be Ben White. I know a lot of people have talked about potentially starting Mosquera because obviously it's Doku, but I think at the end of the day, Ben White, he has to start if Timber's not available. He is the right back of choice if it's not Timber, and I think he offers a lot more going forward than what Mosquera does. And Mosquera's young, that's a big ask for him to step into that cup final against a fairly informed Doku. So I'm going to go Timber at right back, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze in the midfield. I think that picks itself at the moment. Saka on the right. On the left, I think he will go with Trossard. I think Martinelli, particularly in a cup final on a big pitch like Wembley, that's the kind of player you want to come on with 25 minutes to go when players are starting to tire and kind of stretch that City defence. So I'd go Trossard on the left. And then up front, again, there's been a bit of a debate here between kind of Havertz and Gyökeres. I think you've got to start Gyökeres. It's not that I don't think Havertz... I think if Havertz was in form and looking really dangerous, I'd probably go with Havertz because I think his link-up play and what he probably brings to this type of game against the Man City side is probably a bit more than Gyökeres. But I think given the form that Gyökeres is in, I thought against Leverkusen he looked really good. And you can't knock his goal-scoring record since the turn of the year. So for me, Gyökeres starts up top. Look, every player is going to have to be a 9 out of 10 minimum for us to win this one. But if I had to kind of pick out some players that are going to really have to stand up and be counted, Timber's going to have to be top to deal with Doku. Obviously, our centre-backs need to be absolute warriors like they usually are. I need Zubimendi to kind of keep that level that he showed against Leverkusen. Declan Rice is going to be ever-present, as he always is. Eze's coming into a little bit of form now, and he's a final man. He's a finals player. So I'd love for Eze to just kind of create another piece of magic like he did against Leverkusen. I think he's coming into this final at the perfect time. You can just sense that he's starting to get what is required of him within this Arsenal team, and I think that confidence is really starting to peak for Eze. But the one player that I think is just desperate to be the difference maker, to be the hero in this one, is Saka. This is a kid that's been with the football club since he was 7 or 8. He's grown up with this football club. This is his first real final where he is a starting player. He is the key man, and he will be leading us out as captain. He will be leading us out as captain for this final. And I think if there was ever a match for Saka to show up and be counted, it would be this one. And so for some reason, I just have this image of him cutting in from the right-hand side and just curling one into the top corner. I just see it. I've been seeing it all week. It's something that we haven't seen from Saka for a very, very long time. And I think he's just due one of those cut inside, curl it, top right corner, and just run off to the corner flag and celebrate with the Arsenal fans. I just see it. So, for me, Timber, Declan Rice, and Saka to be our star players. And I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal. As I said, I think this is going to be a tight game. A lot of people have kind of talked about the potential of it maybe being kind of a free-flowing, back-and-forth type of basketball match. I don't see it. I don't see it happening like that. That's just not the way Arsenal play. They will look to control the match. They will look to kind of pressure Man City. And we have to be clinical when the chances arrive. It sounds like Trafford's going to be starting in goal, which, look, on one hand, I'm pleased because, you know, Donnarumma has been a bit of a nemesis of us in recent years, but Trafford is a good goalkeeper, and I'm sure he'll be fired up to put in a performance. But, yeah, look, Gay's not available due to being cup-tied, so that's a positive for us. But at the end of the day, City is still going to have Haaland, Doku, Foden, Shirky, Rodri, Ruben Dias. They have quality players. Quality players. But I do believe that if we want this more, and if we play to a level, I believe we win this game. And I do think if we win this game, it sets us up for something really, really special this season. Really special. So yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be 3:30 in the morning on Monday morning here. I've got a massive day at work on Monday. But I will glide through that day if I've just watched us pick up a trophy. This is what football's all about. This is why you support your team. This is why you get up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It's why you go through the hard times. It's for these moments. And yes, I know it's the Carabao Cup and people like to mock it, but this is a trophy. And I think for too long, us as Arsenal fans have kind of selected which trophies matter more. I'm past that. That's not me. This squad needs to start collecting trophies. If this squad wants to go down amongst some of the great Arsenal squads, they have to start winning trophies, and it starts with this on Sunday. And then from there, who knows what happens. So yeah, I'm absolutely desperate to see us do it. I think we will do it. I believe that we'll do it. And I'm just going to back the boys, and I can't wait to watch the game. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who's your starting 11? Who's starting in goal? Who's starting at right back, left back, up front? Let me know who your star player might be. Score prediction. Yeah. Let's go.